Welcome back to the Unacceptable News. I'm your host, Justin Bush. That's what she said. Okay, so today we're going to talk about my helicopter case. So when I was 8 years old, I was outside and I saw my brother, who was about 10 years old at the time. He was standing on a hill in our front yard and he was just staring in the sky. So I walked over next to him and he, without even looking at me, pointed and said, "Hey, what's that?" You can find this whole story in my book. The link is in the description. So I come up next to him. He says, "Hey, what's that?" I look up for a split second and I see a tube-shaped object in the sky. I assumed it was a plane. If you ever look at a plane from really far away, they look like a tube. Sometimes the angle, you can't see their wings. So I looked up and I said, "It's just a plane." I looked back at him. He still hadn't looked away. He was still transfixed in the sky looking. And he said, "No, it's moving funny." And so I looked back up and it was gone. I had no idea where it was. So I started looking around and it appeared. It just appeared out of nowhere. And so when I saw that, I literally realized instantly that this was a strange thing, and it was disappearing and reappearing in different places in the sky. Eventually it came down to the ground, several hundred feet off the ground. It slowly flew at an angle. It stopped disappearing and reappearing in different locations. So just imagine if you see something appear and then it just starts flying normal. So it jumped, jumped one last time, came down, and it hovered probably 50, 60, 70 feet off the ground over some trees. Across, there was a field and then some wooded area. It hovered there, and my brother told me to go get my father. So I ran in to tell him, and I yelled for my dad, and I turned around to run back to watch this object, and a low-flying helicopter flew directly over our house, just a few feet off the ground. It was a few dozen feet, but it was very, very low. And it chased this helicopter. It intercepted it, got behind it, it chased it for a period of time. My father came out and witnessed it. My brother, myself, my father, and then the next day, my grandfather admitted to seeing it as well to me. He said that he was trying to go to bed. He used to go to bed like super early, 8 o'clock. He said he heard the helicopter and he looked out the window and he saw, this helicopter. He described it. I don't even want to try. My grandfather talks crazy, or he used to before he passed away. He said something like, "What in Sam heck, that thing out there chasing that thing around? You ever seen something like that in your life?" Or something like that. He just said some nonsense, just the way he talks. But I was like, "What?" And he's like, "The helicopter. Did you see the helicopter?" And then I realized what he was talking about. So this helicopter chased this object for a period of distance, and then the object shot off many miles. It disappeared from one location, reappeared in another. It left no streaks, no visible movement. These things move so fast you literally cannot see their movement. So it shoots off. The helicopter chases it. It gets dark. So this happened before dark. The sun was up. It was going down behind us. The whole situation ended when we couldn't see what was going on anymore. The helicopter flew away. The object had long been gone. Anyway, I bring this up, my own personal experience, because I want you to see a few videos of helicopters chasing UFOs. I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to support our channel, go to the description or in the pinned comment down below. That's the Unacceptable News. Don't like, don't subscribe, just run.